Sheriff Hyde, Sheriff Prince George's County has run out for a minute. He has another meeting to attend. But he'd like to give some remarks before he leaves and talk about Orlando Barnes, the great guy he is, and many years he's worked with him. Sheriff?
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Good afternoon to everyone. Certainly my privilege to be here with my friend, Orlando Barnes, as he's kicking off his campaign. And certainly let me just share a couple of thoughts with you about my friend and our relationship. And he and I have been together for a long time, and so I happen to know quite a bit about him. And so I would tell you that he's a good person, and he will serve our community very, very well. He is an honorable person, and he has significant accomplishments in his life. If you read his bio and his resume, you see that he doesn't come without experience, without knowledge, without the skills necessary to do a good job of governing. And so that's what we need in this moment in time here in Prince George's County, in our state and our nation, is we need people who bring significant credentials to the table that says to us that we're in good hands and that we're going to be governed in a good way and that we're going to continue to make progress. And so that's what he brings to us. And I'll be there with him. I'm going to stand with him. I'm here tonight with him as he undertakes this. And regrettably, I have to leave a little early because I had another obligation that was previously committed to. But I'll be with him on the campaign trail. I'll be with him out in the community and doing something if he wants me to be there to support him in this run. Because I would just say this to you. Two very important things is that we have to be a safe community. We have to continue to get better in terms of that, in terms of our safety. And so he has an impeccable resume relating to the understanding of how you be safe, how you make communities safe, how we build the infrastructure, how we support our various public safety agencies so that they are at their best, they're at their strongest, so that we are kept safe. You know, it doesn't matter about all of the other issues in our community, whether that be education, our faith issues, our work issues, our recreational issues. All of those are important things. But if we're not safe, then we can't fully enjoy those things. So it's critical that we be a safe community. And so that's what he will, one of the many qualities he will bring to our council will be to help us get to be safer and so that we can fully enjoy our community. The other thing that I would say is that he is a person that understands economic development. And economic development is so critical to our community because we need, here in Prince George's County and our state and our nation, we need to grow our businesses. And we need to attract new businesses to our community. And those businesses need to grow because they do two important things for us. When those businesses that we have here grow, new businesses come, then they create additional revenue sources for our government so that our government has greater resources other than from individual taxpayers to do all of the things we want our government to do, like to better educate our children, to improve our roadways and our transportation systems, and to provide for good health care for all of the citizens of our community. So it's important that we grow that revenue so that we have those increased revenues to do the things that we all want our government to do. And then to, as they grow those revenues, to efficiently use them in service to our people. And then the other thing that our economic structure can do is as that growth occurs, it creates jobs. And from a public safety standpoint, the best crime prevention we can do is to give someone a job and to give them a good job, a better paying job. Then we will see our place on Dilly Drive really reduced in terms of that population because people will have honest work that they can go out and do, and that we will be more of a crime-free community. So those are important economic development issues that he understands. And I know he will bring that to the council when he's elected and serving in that role. And finally, I would just say he's a good person that cares about our young people and all of the citizens of our community. And he understands this concept that I talk about on a number of occasions about resiliency and how you build resiliency in a community, how you build resiliency in our youth, how you build resiliency in people of all ages, so that our citizens can be the platform on which we grow and develop and become that shining place that all people want to come to. And so I thank him for allowing me to come and share just a few thoughts with you this evening. And I certainly wish him and all of you well. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I want to thank Sheriff Hyde for taking the time to come out here today. He's a very busy man. You know him for the fine work he's done in Washington, D.C. as our police chief here in Prince George's County and as our sheriff. And we look forward to another 4 years of you serving us as a sheriff.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
we'll be on the trail together.
Thank you. And we'll have some additional speakers a little bit later.
We're going to allow, first I want to introduce the team, Orlando Barnes team. We call it Team Barnes. And that includes people like Michael Cheeks and Jonathan Bean and Tawana and Tisha. I see Jazz. Jazz and Michael and Butch, Nona, the rest of the team. And I don't think I forgot anybody. If I did, please let me know if I got anybody. But we're going to allow Will Malum, who's the president of the Sheriff's Association Union, to come up and give a few remarks regarding Orlando Barnes. Will?
Good evening, everybody. Thank you. First, I just want to say how much of an honor it is to certainly be a part of tonight's event for, I guess I can say, Orlando. He's been Colonel Barnes to me for the past 4 years in his capacity at the Sheriff's Office. But a tremendous honor for me to be here and to represent the Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 112. What I can say about Orlando is that there isn't a sharper, more dedicated person to what it is that he puts his mind to that I've ever met than Orlando Barnes. 4 years ago, when I took office as president of the Fraternal Order of Police, I developed quickly a relationship with Colonel Barnes that has persisted and lasted to today. It's probably one of the prouder relationships that I have inside the Sheriff's Office. Orlando Barnes has stopped at nothing to ensure that the needs of my members are met every day. Whether I send him an email at 1 in the morning or 10 o'clock at night, he responds right away, and he responds with results. I think that that's the type of leadership we need on our county council. I'm happy that the Fraternal Order of Police can be a part of this and support his run for his county council seat. And we're going to be here for you, brother. And he is also a fraternal brother as a member of the Fraternal Order of Police. So couldn't be happier to be here. Thank you for giving me an opportunity just to say a few words. And good luck to you.
And I want you to know that Will Malum has done an outstanding job representing the Deputy Sheriff's Association and the men and women of the Office of the Sheriff. And as you said, we both have a mutual commitment to the members and employees of the Sheriff's Office. He's done a great job. I think he has served them well, and I know they look forward to continued work for you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Will. Is there anyone from the county executive's office? I don't want to miss anyone in terms of more elected officials or dignitaries. Okay, thank you. For those of you who don't know me, I guess I should introduce myself. My name is Charles Parr, and friend and supporter of the man we're here for today. Thank you for coming out to support Orlando Barnes for County Council District 9. I've known Orlando for 30 years. And as many of you may know, I can stand here and tell you he's a lawyer, retired Deputy Chief of Police from Prince George County Police. He also currently holds the Deputy Sheriff position in the Sheriff's Department, an educator, and many things I've mentioned. But you can read his resume and make donations by going to voteorlandobarnes.com. You can also find his cards placed throughout the venue. He also maintains active Facebook and Twitter account to keep the community informed. First, let us talk about Orlando, the father, the grandfather, the husband, the son, the brother, the uncle, the loyal friend to me and many of you. As a lot of you may know, the most important job we have is that of a parent. Orlando has been a superb father to Butch, Michael, Monica, as well as a devoted husband to Monica. Jasmine, as well as a devoted husband to Monica. Between being a dedicated father and public servant, Orlando has worked many unselfish hours giving back to the family and to the residents of this county. Lastly, let us focus on Orlando, the leader, the man that you and I know can get things accomplished. Through his time working as a lawyer and deputy chief of police, he has accumulated many strong qualities to support him in furthering this community. In light of today's current political environment, it's important to have Orlando Barnes' strong leadership for the future. Orlando has demonstrated his leadership skills in many roles throughout his career. These skills include, but not limited to, decision-making, critical thinking, team building, responsiveness, and being proactive. Well, we all know I can go on further, but I'm done taking up more time for the person you all come here to see. I just want to say one more time, Orlando Barnes is the man we need to lead us in the future through his integrity, values, and vision. Thank you for coming out today, and without further ado, help me welcome your next councilman for District 9, Orlando D. Barnes.
I want to first thank all of you for being here tonight. This demonstrates your support for me and the future of Prince George's County and the citizens of District 9. I want to thank Sheriff High again for coming out and speaking on my behalf. I want to thank again President Will Milam and the Deputy Sheriff's Association for coming out, giving comments. As I look around the room, I see folks that I've worked with over the years. Billy Barnes, who we were back at Oxon Hill together, is a good man. My family, my children, I greatly appreciate you coming out here today to support me. I want to thank my wife, Monica, for her 28 years of continuous support to me and our family. She wanted to be here this evening, but as many of you all know, she went to nursing school and she's taking her exam today, so I wanted her to stay on course to take her exam, so we're praying for her and success there. I want to thank Sierra Johnson and her company, Neatsy, for the decorations and the assistance that she provided in planning this event. Thank you, Sierra. Again, I want to thank my children, my extended family, my mother-in-law, my brother-in-law, sister-in-law, Uncle Cliff, and Aunt Feeney for being here, to be here with me tonight. And again, I definitely want to give special thanks to the people who have supported me as my campaign team. Tisha Elliott, Tawana Purvis, Charles Pollock, Michael and Nona Cheeks, Annette and Lee James, who are traveling right now, and Jonathan Bean. God is good. John, who lives in Florida, would not otherwise be here with me tonight. John stood with me in the police academy back in 1985. We've been friends ever since. Like I said, he would normally be in Florida, but an opportunity presented itself that not only got him up here, but made him extend to be here for this event tonight. So John, thank you. In this room are people that know my commitment to serving the citizens of Prince George's County. People that know that I've always had strong adherence to my oath of office and to the citizens of Prince George's County. People that know that I'm committed to representing our community with honor and distinction at all times. But with all that I've been blessed to provide in the way of service to the community during my life, people ask me, why do you want to get involved in politics? And to that I always say, I want to get involved in good government. Not politics, good government. The concept of politics continues to generate a less than positive image in the minds of some. So much so that some voters have become discouraged and feel as though they are voting for the lesser evil rather than the best candidate to assume the responsibility of holding an elected office. I don't know the path that some of our leaders have taken in their lives that led them to engage in conduct that brought shame and embarrassment on this great county, but I can tell you a little bit about my path. I can tell you that my path began in the Carver Terrace Apartments in Washington, D.C., and not at the comfortable home I have now in Brandywine. I can tell you that my path included hard work, moving furniture, painting houses, mopping floors, not always serving as a deputy police chief or an assistant sheriff or an attorney. I can tell you that my path included my attendance at Ballou Senior High School in Southeast Washington, D.C., and not just the University of Maryland School of Law. But the journey in my path continues. This evening serves as my public announcement of my readiness to serve as the next District 9 Councilman on the Prince George's County Council. So today, let's begin to demand more of any candidate for elected office. Rather than go along with the outside forces that aggressively work to place the people in office that they need to promote their interests, let's commit to demanding candidates that will promote the issues that matter to the community and that can demonstrate an ability to deliver on what's important to us. Rather than vote for a name and a face, let's vote for candidates that have a demonstrated history of doing the right thing and working for our interests, especially when the cameras aren't rolling. Rather than vote for a candidate that wants to smile and pose for the next photo op and then leave, let's vote for candidates that have a demonstrated history of being there for us when things are at their worst and willing to stay and roll their sleeves and work to develop and implement meaningful solutions. And let's not believe that affluence should be our goal. So let's not settle for just being known as the most affluent majority African American county in the nation. Let's start demanding that we do the work necessary to be known as the best governed and best managed county in the nation. Let's start demanding that our leaders actually start implementing initiatives that will ensure that we maintain clean and safe communities. Let's start demanding that we have elected leaders that stand for accountability and results from themselves and their colleagues, particularly when it comes to the quality of our school system. Let's start demanding that we have elected leaders that recognize the link between the physical and mental health needs of our citizens and the overall quality of life in our communities. Let's start demanding that we have shopping centers in District 9 that are well maintained and occupied by merchants that provide the goods and services that our residents need and want. And please, let's start demanding that the steps are taken to enable the next generation of Prince Georges are able to find meaningful employment with the businesses that we are courting to come to Prince George's County. For us to have the place we want to be as a community, this is how each of you can help me in my campaign to be the next councilman for District 9. Make sure that you provide your contact information here so we can stay in contact during the campaign. As Charles Pollock mentioned, follow me on Facebook and Twitter throughout the campaign. Volunteer to help me when you can. Send me any information that you believe I should have during this campaign. Don't assume that I have it. making a financial donation to my campaign before the end of the year. And I have to say, money is something that campaigns need. I have to do all that's necessary to reach as many citizens in the county. That's going to require advertisement and literature. I know that we all have expenses and other priorities, and I want you to tend to your personal priorities and your families first. But as your finances can bear, I would really appreciate any financial donation that you're able to make, up to the maximum donation of $6,000. That's the most that you can give. You all could have been anywhere tonight, but you chose to be here tonight with me in this moment. And I greatly appreciate that. The one thing that I want people to say, and as people may say nice things about me, I know many of you all know me very well and know what I stand for and what I believe in, but it's always that word about politics. Why do you want to get into politics? And again, as I said, I don't believe in politics as it's been in Prince George's County. I believe in good government, I believe in good management, I believe in doing what's right for the citizens in Prince George's County, not special interests. Those interests have things that merge with our citizens, then I'm for it. I'll leave you with one story that always comes to mind for me when you think about what can one person do. And when I was 20 years old, just before I started with the Prince George's County Police Department, and I was trying to get back at Howard University, I took a job at the FBI building as a custodian. And while I'm at the FBI building, and for all the opportunities that they say that they had, and you could be anything there, I worked with some folks that had been there, and I noticed that they were not being treated well. And at the time I said, well, I don't know what's going on with them. I'm just doing my job. I'm going to get back in school, start my sophomore year. But then as I spoke to them and listened to them, and these were good people trying to make a career there. They were being denied opportunities. They were being passed over. They were really being mistreated. So one day I'm there and I just saw some things and I just said, this is just wrong. They're just treating these people wrong. This is wrong. And say God puts you where he wants you to be. So one night I'm in a location in the building, never been there before, never been there since. And it's break time and it's a bunch of people milling around and I'm mopping the floor, just working. And as the people are scattering off of the break, kind of like where Ron is back there at the counter there, these four gentlemen start walking towards me. And I'm just working. And the guy walks right up to me in my personal space, looks me in the eye, and he says, how are things going? And I thought for a second and I looked at him and I said, are you being polite or do you really want to know? And I told him what I felt was wrong at the FBI building and with my coworkers. And I told him, I'm not looking to be here as a career. I said, but these are good people. Don't do anything for me. Look at how they're being treated. Look at how they're being passed over. It's just wrong. The gentleman just looked at me, he says, I'll look into it. Walked away. But the next day, there was change. Notices were being posted about how to address grievances. People that had been passed over for years were being called for assignment. And my supervisors were very, very displeased with me. But I said, that's just wrong. It was just wrong. So whenever I think about, and it wasn't that I did anything. I did what I thought was right. But what I most remember from that is that guy didn't have to stop and talk to me. He didn't have to listen to my concerns. He could have just blew it off. Say, who's that guy? He's nobody. But that one person took the time to do what's right. So when we talk about what could be better in Prince George's County, what could be better in the way of politics, what can one person do? I know for a fact one person can do a lot. Just do the right thing. Thank you.